Welcome to today's complimentary mini-session of the Indaba Leadership Development e-training program. We deliver our programs online by using a combination of streaming video, downloadable audio, manuals, exercises, and white papers. This delivery format ensures that your people learn the material in the mode they prefer and at the times they choose, whether at their desk, at home during quiet time, while exercising, or when they're traveling. We call this My Way, My Place, My Pace. Employees love the flexibility and organizations love the benefits. Think about what this flexible online format means to your bottom line. No longer do you need to rent meeting rooms, pay for travel, or have your key employees in training sessions when you can least afford it. Plus, your top-level leadership, the ones who continually cannot make it to the training, can learn when it is convenient for them. This ensures that everyone in your organization has the same knowledge, not just your lower-level management. Whether your employee is 1,200 miles away or 12 steps down the hallway, they will have the same high-quality training available to them. How else can you make sure your entire workforce is on the same page at the same time with the same training? Now, let's listen to Helen Davis, co-founder of Indaba, deliver Conquering the Fear of Moving Forward with Goal Setting.
Many individuals have a fear of moving forward, a fear that they'll fail. However, the main reason people fail is because they do not know where to begin. They lack a process for starting on the road to change. Studies have shown that many fail for similar reasons. They do not plan properly, they don't have a solid decision-making process, or they fall short in implementing the plans that they've put down. In this session, we'll give you some tips on a simple process to start yourself and your team along the right path in planning and setting goals. Start the process of establishing and executing objectives by asking a series of questions. What do I want to accomplish? Determine what it is you wish to achieve. Call this your desired or future state. Be clear about what the result would look like. This first step will be the basis for all the other questions, so make certain you give it adequate thought. Now that you have the answer to this question, move on to the next. Will my results be worth my efforts? Weigh the risks and the opportunities, and look at the pitfalls and the rewards. Allocate resources and modify efforts according to the findings of your Ben Franklin T diagrams, SWOT analysis, threat mitigation plan, and opportunity capture analysis. Next, how can I go about effectively completing my objective? Make a list of action steps. Be sure to delegate tasks throughout the levels of the organization as much as possible, so that your management ranks at any level do not become overwhelmed. Make certain that you use a model like the RA² interface alignment model so that responsibility, accountability, and authority guidelines are captured and understood. How will I be certain to achieve my objectives in a timely manner? Set reasonable deadlines for yourself and your team members. Be diligent about not straying from these targets. This information should be detailed in the accountability factors of your RA² interface documents. How well did I do? Evaluate efforts, both yours and those of others. A solid after-action review process will certainly assist you in determining what went well and in providing ideas for how you could improve. To accomplish this, a solid after-action review process is essential. Once you've set goals for the period you're examining, you're ready to take a leap forward into a productive year. Remember, tackling goals means that things will change. So let's go over an inspirational story from the Essence Book of Days that we hope will encourage you to take that leap. It's entitled, The Transformation of Fear. Sometimes I feel that my life is a series of trapeze swings. I'm either hanging onto a trapeze bar swinging along, or, for a few moments in my life, I'm hurling across space between trapeze bars. Most of the time, I spend my life hanging on for dear life to my trapeze bar of the moment. It carries me along at a certain rate of swing, and I have a feeling that I'm in complete control of my life. I know most of the wrong answers and even some of the right answers. Yet, once in a while, as I am merrily or not so merrily swinging along, I look out ahead of me into the distance, and I see another trapeze bar swinging toward me. It's empty, and I know, in that place in me that knows, that this new trapeze bar has my name on it. It's my next step, my growth, my aliveness coming to get me. And in my heart of hearts, I know that for me to grow, I must release my grip on this present, well-known bar and move on to the new one. Each time it happens to me, I hope, no, I pray, that I will not have to grab the new one. Regrettably, in my knowing place, I know that I must totally release my grasp of my old bar. For some moment in time, I must hurl myself across the space before I can grab onto the new bar. Each time at this moment, I'm shaking with terror. It doesn't matter that in all my previous hurdles across the void of unknowing, I've always made it. Each time I'm afraid that I'll miss, that I'll be crushed on unseen rocks in the bottomless chasm between the bars. I do it anyway. Perhaps this is the essence of what the mystics call the faith experience. No guarantees, no net, no insurance policy. But I do it anyway, because somehow to keep hanging on to that old bar is no longer on the list of alternatives. So, for an eternity that can last a microsecond or 1,000 lifetimes, I soar across the dark void of the past is gone and the future is not yet here. It's called transition, and I've come to believe that it's the only place real change occurs. I mean real change, not the pseudo-change that only lasts until the next time my old buttons are punched. I've noticed that in our culture, this transition zone is looked upon as a no thing, a no place between places. Sure, that old trapeze bar was real, and the new one coming toward me, I hope, that's real as well. But what about the void in the middle? That's just a scary, confusing, disoriented nowhere that must be gotten through just as fast and as unconsciously as possible. What a waste! I have a sneaking suspicion that the transition zone is the only real thing, that the bars are illusions we dream up to avoid the void, where the real change and the real growth occur for us. Whether or not my hunch is true, it remains that the transition zones in our lives are incredibly rich places. They should be honored, even savored. Yes, with all the pain and fears and feelings of being out of control that may, but not necessarily, accompany transitions, they are still the most alive, most growth-filled, passionate, expansive moments of our lives. Thus, transformation of fear may have nothing to do with making fear go away, but rather with giving ourselves permission to hang out in the transition between trapeze bars. Transforming our need to grab that new bar, any bar, is allowing ourselves to dwell in the only place where change really happens. It can be terrifying. It can be enlightening in the true sense of the word. Hurling through the void, we may just learn to fly.
I hope that you found today's program insightful. Feel free to forward this link to colleagues and others who might find these mini-sessions useful by clicking the forward button. For more information on the wide range of seminars we have to offer, please feel free to call our office at 727-360-0111. Contact one of our representatives via email at info@indaba1.com or click on the link to our demo to view our many management and leadership offerings.